The last time I recorded, things didn't exactly go to plan, but by the end of the last video I recorded, things are definitely back on track. I've recently declared war on Lithuania and Poland. Poland are now their overlords after having secured a union over them. That union, of course, caused me huge issues. Austria competed with Poland to get a union over Lithuania. In the end, they actually won the war, but not by a large enough margin to actually force a union over Lithuania, so Poland retained on to that. Poland have terrible prestige, so they will lose that union at some stage. And I declared war on Lithuania basically rather than Poland because I wanted to make sure I can take all the provinces I need within a couple of wars. I'm basically taking provinces off them to gain the Baltic Crusader achievement, of course. I should take about 5% off the war score amount by declaring war on them. I would have got extra power projection had I declared war directly on Poland. I actually counted up all of the provinces' war score in between recording sessions to figure out how much it's going to cost me, and I believe it's 197 points I need to take off Lithuania. But actually, having Crimea as a war goal should take off about 5-6% off that. And the next war, I think that's the next biggest development province, so I probably won't take that in this war and take it in the next war maybe to do basically have that as a war goal next time round. By the end of the last video as well, I'd started to integrate Novgorod. I'd also started to Catholicize them, so things are looking good there. The main reason for actually Catholicizing Novgorod was to speed up their integration. That's going to take 20 to 30 years, so I'm only going to have one diplomat, which is going to cause me tons of issues. Now, since last time recorded, I've come up with a huge list of things to do. So just before I unpause and attack this army, I've got a few things to do basically. So the first one is send papal legate. I've got quite a bit of papal influence stored up here. So by sending a papal legate, that will actually increase my diplomatic reputation and speed up the integration of Novgorod. So let's do that. That's going to cost 50. I may actually want to take the manpower one again as well. I believe it's run out. And that's going to cost 50. My manpower is definitely under by quite a bit. So how much have I got? 105. Which ones have I done? A prestige one recently. Yeah, let's take that as 50. So what else is on my list? Invest papal influence. So I'm going to do that a bit here. If I, of course, can get courier controller power over the Pope, then I can get a free diplomat, so I really want this. Sadly, the Pope recently died and Poland took over it, which could definitely cause me big issues in future. So let's invest this. That's 10. So that's another 15. That's 25%. You know what? Let's go full whack and spend the rest of it. So we've got only 30% still for having done all of that. What's next on the list? Buy some mercs. Right, there's some of these forts which aren't currently garrisoned, so I want to rush some mercs basically over to there to gain them, if I can. I'm under my force limit by about 5, 67 out of 72, something like that. What else does it say? Attack with army. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. I might want to do my autonomy in a month. There's forts I need to reorganize. I'm going to do that after a month when all of the modifiers are reset. To check out things. Got a pretty good idea about what I'm doing there. Market in Astrakhan. I want to buy that here. There's a couple of slots here actually, so glad I didn't get rid of that fort. It might be a good place to have it actually. So let's get a marketplace there to take advantage of the Volga estuary. What else is it? Colonize Bermuda. So I need to get a settler back. So I think there's one in Natchez. I've only got 2 on the go at the moment. So let's recall that. And let's wait a day. Right, Papal State dishonored with Poland. The English are warning Utrecht. They actually just taken a province on a continent there. So that's settlers back. I'm going to colonize Bermuda. So I'm basically very close down to getting 3 colonial nations. One thing I'm worried about, which I'm not quite sure how it works, is does colonial nations have an effect on liberty desire for vassals or not? If it does, having quite a few colonial nations could be a big problem. I don't think it does, but I'm not 100% sure on that. One thing I should point out about that whole situation with Austria and the trust issue, you can see here that in non-European provinces my trust is actually okay. I thought it might have affected the whole world, but dishonouring my call to arms with Austria just affected Europe, it seems. But nowhere actually on the wiki does it mention anything about this situation where you can basically get the entire continent to hate you absolutely completely. Trust is kind of semi-hidden in the game. You only tend to see it when well, let's get my diplomat back so I can show you. Get the right, there's a fleet battle there. Yeah, you can only really see trust when you actually enter alliance, well, call to arms screens and things like that. Let's try here. So you can see it there. Oh wow, that's only at minus 48. I thought it'd be much worse than that. I thought basically I had gotten minus 200 with everyone in Europe, because many of the nations who previously really liked Livonian order, like the Hansa, even they have got not trusted die properly. I think they had minus 91, so I'm not sure how France has got a better trust rating, to be honest. That's a bit strange. But yeah, this the wiki article on trust definitely needs updating, because it doesn't mention any huge negative like that. Well, let's actually get going in. This diplomat is spare. I think I've done all the things I needed to on that list, or at least for this month. I kind of want to make claims, but I can't really do so easily. What's the Hansa situation? Yeah, well actually let's check the peace deal I want to do here. So, what do I want to take in this war? All of the territories I have claims on, basically. So that would come to 123, that's not going to be possible. Now one thing I wouldn't mind doing is actually taking those territories there, locking off a ton of this land, but I can't quite do that either. I think we'll have to figure that out a bit later on, but I can't. I need to get as close to 100% here, and preferably my claims probably. So with the diplomat I'm going to send this to Perm, get a claim here. Not sure it's worth wasting a diplomat for a year on that. Actually, I think I got it's only going to take 2/3 of a year because I got an influence idea to lower it. With this army, I'm actually going to bring us over here to try and grab some of these forts. It looks like they turned the garrison on. Though, so I need to get my mercs in very quickly. That one isn't on yet though, but I can't get to it because of that probably. That's waiting, that's coming in. Right, so there's a battle, sea battle there, we gained a ship, nice. There's no missions or anything I want to take. There's another sea battle we won there. Poland's fleet is pretty small, Poland, Lithuania. Okay, reach Mansour's. Let's time this preferably well now. So 6th of December, 1st of December. So 5 days. 1, 2, 3. Commedia dell'arte performances. Hear ye, let loose Pantalone, Harlequin and all the other stock characters of the traditional Commedia dell'arte on your unsuspecting population, and watch as they are entertained by the antics and the shenanigans. A good piece of comedy can make anyone forget for a while that their everyday lives are wasted away labouring under the yokes of tyrannical rulers, plus it's fun. Make it happen, lose admin power and ducats for yearly prestige, or lose prestige. I actually really need prestige, so let's make it happen. For 2 days, right? 1, 2. Okay. Right, I actually want to. What's my rebel situation? That's good. I'm going to take a minute out now to redo my forts. I'm basically going to scrap a load of my forts now. Since we've actually got the Bastion technology, which you get at level 14, we're actually getting a lot less out of our forts. Basically, if they're not the most fully updated forts, then they don't give you so much army tradition. You can see there that it's only at 0.4, even though I've got 16 forts. So I don't think there's much point in me keeping them currently, because they just cost so much, and I don't really need them for defensive purposes, or most of them at least. So I'm going to scrap quite a few here and see if I want to lower any autonomy in certain provinces. Okay, I've looked over my autonomy, didn't decide to actually lower any autonomy anyway. I don't think it's worthwhile. I am going to make some buildings, and I have actually scrapped my forts, quite a few of them, 6 in fact, mainly across the Russian region, just didn't need them. I'm going to build quite a few workshops over in this Russian region now. They have some good trade goods here, and there are actually some lesser trade goods like grain that have provinces where they have really high production development, so they'll work out for actually making workshops in as well. Moscow, for example, I think has grain but really high development. So I'm going to build a workshop there, a workshop there, a workshop there, and I'll build one in Smolensk as well. So that should increase money by quite a bit. I'm not sure if I'll ever make universities here. I doubt I'll actually culture convert the Russian territory. It should be accepted for a very long time, especially once I get Novgorod integrated. Right, let's continue with things. Let's actually get something happening. So these guys are finished. Let's get one there. Let's get one to... Oh, I can't get one to there actually, can I? Because that fort now prevents it. So let's get one to there as well. That army's incoming. We get there on the 6th, I believe it was, wasn't it? Okay. Right, 2 armies combined. General's not great, but should be more than enough, even with our crap prestige. So actually, yeah, definitely better there. Okay, what's going on here? Stroder. Are they still at 100? 120, brilliant. So that should be, well, it's recovered a tiny bit, but when they get there, that shouldn't last too long before I take it. Okay. Right, in fact, that was such a conclusive victory that they were completely and utterly wiped. So, what to do here then? The war goal is Crimea, so I need to get someone down there. So who has the most pips, siege pips? Might as well stay there with that one, and that one can go down there. Right, so I don't believe, yeah, Poland and Lithuania are completely armyless, amazingly. Something I didn't realise as well in the last video, Britain doesn't have an army either, I think. It's been wiped out somehow. So now would be a great time to strike. I'm actually thinking about creating vassals very soon. During this period I don't want to get overextension, so actually creating vassals and giving territory to vassals may be a better solution. So Gazakamuk in this area, Scotland over there, taking territory off England perhaps, if I can find a way to do it. Okay. Set timer. Okay. Money's actually pretty good, and that reminds me of something. I actually probably want to increase war taxes. So yeah, let's take them this up to 71. Trade is pretty crap still, but once we integrate Novgorod, that's going to go up crazy amount. There's a huge amount of money in Novgorod. That most of the money's going to Novgorod. I actually really need to take out Danzig as well. It's a new nation that formed recently. They're ciphering off a huge amount of the trade. Because they have, well, coastal trade centre and estuary. Sadly they are into Austria though, so I'm not going to be able to do that anytime soon. Attacking Masovia is another idea I want to do in the future. Right, so which they're good. So what's the fort level needed here? 6,000 we need, so select army. Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. There. Let's move them out. Kind of want to keep a general with pips on there, but it's not easily done. So Marcus Rosenberg. Let's get you. I have no idea where he is. Could be over in a new world or something. Let's move him down there. Let's move up to there. Start taking my claims. Right, they're rebuilding an army up there. Novgorod's coming in to do something or other. Okay, Yedikshul. Right. There. Let's take. Go out there. Where's the next fort to? So the fort situation is like that. It's mainly on the western border now, actually. Right, that's a go. Novgorod sieging up. Good. Oh, I have to go in through there, do I? Because of that fort. Okay. Chimatsur. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna split up a lot here now. Take all the claims. The sooner I can get this war over, the sooner I can start war again against them again, basically. Okay. I've got. What should I be doing here? I think I need to add someone to my favorite list, which I've got no guy. Right. Okay. Kharkov, Crimea. Right. Got to crush that army in a minute. Holy crap, they pre-built that quick, didn't they? Take Ingil. Why can't I go there? Because that fort, is it? Okay, let's go to there. Okay, small losses there. Tava. Oh wow, France just declared war on Spain. Basically want their core back. I think I mentioned at some point they might want that back. It's pretty stating the obvious though. Yeah, France got a colonial nation at some point as well down here. I left my cannons down there, did I? Right, I should probably get my cannons up from over there then. Okay. Arguably I should be making a lot more cannons in my armies than I currently have. Wow, that's a lot of money. Bermuda was colonized, there's no natives to worry about there. Okay, we're going to cast a spell on them. So that's up to 6 now, that's due to be done in 92, so 19 years. I think I have a bonus modifier which is going to run at 79. The influence ideas actually has a couple of diplomatic reputation there, but I doubt I'm going to get that. I don't know how much we're earning there. 4 per month, actually. So yeah, it's gonna not very fast, is it? Okay, when did they get there? They get there on the 27th, so we're actually gonna hit them there, I think. So let's get the army in as well. Stroda is taken. Finally, diplomats back. How much of this is actually Poland? Not a lot, probably. Okay, let's split. Take cannons out of that one. And which half do I want? Let's get you over to fort. And the other one can siege up stuff. Okay. Right, once this diplomat back, he is back. Ooh, that's interesting. Zapotec declared independence from someone. Which Varmia? How's relations with the Hands are my only ally? Really want to keep them as an allies, since chance of me getting any decent allies now is pretty remote of a trust situation. So let's improve relations there. I don't really need to improve relations with Novgorod anymore. This war is going to cause a ton of aggressive expansion, so I have to keep that in mind. I probably need to maybe improve relations with certain nations, although not sure who. I don't. Well, I want to create Gaza Kamuk from the Golden Horde, but I don't actually need a claim there. I need to claim at least a couple of claims on Muscovy before I declare war on them again. I wouldn't mind that if I do find a way to declare war on Scotland, even though they're being guaranteed by France. Oh, France is in a war at the moment. I need to actually see if I can do that. Create a vassal there. Yeah, I'd probably want to take Orkney and convert it because it's a Reformation centre, but then vassal the rest of Scotland. Right, it's not worried about. Oh, actually, I haven't said that. Maybe I should be a bit worried about this. That's a bigger fleet than I thought I'd engage. Right, we took Varmia. Let's move to there. They have 2 heavy ships and a admiral.